Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Christina and today is going to be my Rolling 10 Project Pan update for February. So my Rolling 10 Project Pan is a project pan where I take 10 items. I am trying to reach completion on these, not just hitting pan on them, and then once I hit that goal of finishing the product, I will roll in a new product to replace it. I'm also giving myself the option to do quarterly refreshes, I think is what I said at the beginning of the year, or just refreshes in general if I feel like I really need to. As of now, I believe we've finished 2 products so far, and my ultimate goal is to finish 22. So that is, I think, the general rules, but everything will be down in the description in case you are curious. And now let's just go ahead, let's hop into this update. So first product that I want to talk about is my Milani Bronzer. This is the Sun-Kissed bronzer, or the Silky Matte Bronzer in 02 Sun-Kissed. Here we go. It is still getting hard pan. I've used the tape trick. I basically have to use a spoolie on this almost every time. So I know my progress isn't 100% accurate because I'm having to like scrape at it a good bit, but that is the movement that we've had so far. As for uses, I used this 13 times in the last month. I've honestly enjoyed using this. I think this is a really nice powder bronzer. I also have been using it in conjunction with this Half Caked one. This is the Candy Paint Cream Bronzer in the color Morning View from Half Caked, and I've been using this one and then topping it with this bronzer. That is actually how I did my bronzer today. I went in with this one first and then topped it with the Milani one, and they work really well. I kind of look at it as like a setting bronzer on the cream one so it doesn't like move around any or, you know, be too emollient. And then that way I'm able to use other bronzers in the same time. Overall though, I still really enjoy this bronzer. As for weight, last month it weighed 60.33 grams. And then as for this month, this is what it weighs. I haven't technically weighed this yet as of filming, so you guys will be seeing that, but that is what it weighed last month, and I'm hoping we had good movement. Probably not too much though. I feel like this is going to take a long time. I think bronzers just generally take a long time, so hopefully there was a little bit of movement, if not, you know, a ton. Moving into the second product, the second one is my Pixi. It's my Pixi Duo. This is in the color Peach Honey. This was like a highlight duo combo. Where the crap did this sticker come from? This is a highlight blush duo. I actually dropped this again this past month and I had to repress it again. I don't know what it is about this product. It just wants to continually escape my hands and fall into my tile floors constantly. A bit dramatic, this product. So there was probably movement as far as weight in this one because of that, because I only ended up using this 3 times in February. Honestly, after I dropped it and I repressed it and I like let it dry, I like didn't use it anymore. So that was part of the reason. We started out the month with it weighing 22.81 grams. And again, any movement that we've really had up until this point is probably because I dropped it. I wasn't able to save every single little bit of it, and it's still pretty crumbly in there. If I'm being honest, I didn't really repress it the best because I was trying to do it in a rush. I feel like this one is not going to be accurate as far as like uses and weights go, but it's still there. It's still, you know, product that's getting used, I guess. But yeah, definitely for that one, I want to use that one more next month. I would like for in March, before my next update, to use that guy 10 times. That's my goal. So we will see how that goes, but ultimately I need to use that one more. 3 times is a really poor excuse for uses. Next to that, we have my foundation that I'm working on, which is the Covergirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk. I'm trying not to move it too much because it has settled really nicely in there. So last month we were at this line and we are now down to here, about halfway through like the cruelty-free logo right here. So it did have some pretty decent movement, not as much as I was expecting, honestly, and maybe I could have used it a little bit more, but for the amount of uses that I got, I was like, wow, I really don't use much product. I think that's just my thing. So I ended up using it 9 times last month, and that's how much movement we got in 9 uses. I just don't use much product, I guess. It's still good movement regardless. It did move, which, you know, is good. I guess don't use very much at a time. Last month it weighed 25.47 grams, and as of now it weighs this. So hopefully, again, there is, you know, decent movement, but with how much it moved in the tube, I don't expect that the weight is too much different. Looking at it, knowing that that was about 10 uses that I did, this is gonna take like 3 more months to finish, which again is crazy to me. So for next month, I would like to try and use it 15 times. That way I'm actually probably closer to finishing it that way. Gotta get that out of here. I just want to get through these foundations. I think foundations are something that I really want to cycle through this year and just kind of start fresh on a lot of them and just not make my collection too crazy, and really focused on one, newer foundations, and two, foundations that fit like what I want, which is more natural skin typically. So I'm trying to move through a lot of these foundations this year. So 15 uses for next month on that one. Next up is my Buxom liner, and look at this guy. It's been a nub this whole time. It's just getting more and more nub-like. I said this would be done when I can't sharpen it anymore, and it's getting pretty close to that point now. I ended up using this 7 times last month, and this is a good like just liner and all over lip color. So sometimes I would just throw this on as an all over lip color. I'm wearing it as a lip liner today, mixed with another item in this project, which is my Colourpop lip tint. These two work really well together, color-wise and formula-wise. You guys will be seeing pictures of how much smaller it is. And then as far as weights, last month it was 3.49 grams. And this is where we are now. I think for the amount of uses I'm getting, I think I'm doing really well on this product. Obviously it moves a little differently because you sharpen it, so it like takes it down in that way. And takes some weight off of it that way by shaving. But I think I'm so close to actually finishing that. Once I can't fit it in my sharpener anymore and get anything else sharpened, it will be done. And I think that one will be really close to done either next month or the month after. Next product is one that I had a goal for in February, which was to use it 15 times. And that was my LimeCrime Plushies lipstick in the color Turkish Delight. I didn't end up hitting my goal on this to use it 15 times. I ended up using it 7, which is still pretty good for a liquid lipstick. And surprisingly, I think I only wore it as an actual lipstick once out of those 7 times. I think the other 6 times I wore it as a blush, which was actually really pretty. I really enjoy wearing this as a blush, and that's probably how I'm gonna end up finishing it off for the most part, because we are very close. I actually let it settle. It is right here at the bottom. I'm probably gonna have to take the stopper out next month because it's getting a little hard to get product onto it now. And I do really like that lipstick generally. It's one of my favorites. So that's probably what I'll end up doing to finish it off, but it is such a pretty blush. It was almost always my blush in all my videos. I put it in the description if I ever wore it. So if you guys were ever curious about what's on my face, I always have those listed down in the description. And the LimeCrime Plushies lipstick was very frequently used as my blush in videos. So if you were ever curious, that's what it was. As of last month, it weighed 29.89 grams, and this is where it's at right now. So I'm hoping, again, good movement on this one. 7 uses isn't a ton, but I, again, used it as a blush. So I felt like I used a little bit more than I would if I wore it as a lipstick. Moving into another lip product, this one I was so determined to actually finish. I actually used it more than the amount of uses I put down because I don't tally for reapplication. I only tally for if I've used it that day. So I actually used this more than I'm about to tell you. And it's my Dominique Cosmetics lip gloss in the color Pink Lemonade. I ended up using this 10 times, but it was 10 days. And in those days, I would reapply the absolute heck out of this. I would reapply it so many times because I was determined to have an empty for you guys, or to have a finished product for you guys this month. Spoiler alert, I don't have anything that's finished this month. Unfortunately, no rollouts, which sucks because this, I feel like, is so stinking close. It's so close. I had it settled and then it fell over, but last month we were at this line. I feel like we're about here, right at the bottom, like the very tip part. I need to take the stopper out of this one this month as well, so I can get every little last bit out, or at least as much as possible. I'm really disappointed this one wasn't gone, but I really tried my hardest on this one for sure. Last month it weighed 27.75 grams, and now we are at this, and I really think I can get there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, guys, I'm pretty sure that the next line I'm gonna draw will be right here. So we are so close to done, so close to done on that one. That one will definitely be gone next month. Next product is actually one that I'm really happy with my progress. I also had a monthly goal for this one to use it 12 times, and I once again didn't accomplish that goal, but I am happy with the amount of uses I got out of it because it was a lot for what it is, I think. And that's my Appeal Gel Liner in Forest Green. It's just a forest green eyeliner. Really nice formula-wise. You guys will be seeing a picture of the height discrepancies that have happened now, where it's like changed from last month. And as for weight, it weighed 7 grams last month, and now it weighs this. and I used it 6 times. So I feel like overall I did pretty decently. This was actually, you guys could see this in a lot of my Pan That palette photos and my Pan That eyeshadows photos. I used it in both. A lot of times I would wear this and then top it with a blue eyeshadow for my Pan That palette. And I did end up using this in a purple look, and it looked really cool with the purple look because purple and greens I think look really nice together. I used this a heck of a lot more than I was really expecting to. I gave myself the goal of 12 times knowing that I probably wouldn't hit it. It was just kind of to motivate me to use it more than I would initially be drawn to using this, because I don't really use like gel liners or pencil liners very much anymore. I am trying to get back into it because it definitely does give a different effect than what I usually do, like what I did today, which is using eyeshadow as an eyeliner. It's definitely a different effect. It's definitely more impactful to use an actual pencil. So I am trying to get back into it in that way, but didn't technically hit my goal on that one. Next up is one that I can't tell you a weight for because it is in a face palette, and that's my Smashbox Powder. We are so close. This is another one that I kind of just ended up falling off from using this month, and I feel like if I hadn't have done that, I would have finished this one as well. So I ended up using this one 11 times, still a lot, but I wasn't using it like all over my face. I was mainly using it on targeted areas because I have still really been enjoying this number 7 powder over using this one. This one just leaves a really nice finish on the skin, so I just lean towards using that one more than the Smashbox one. But the Smashbox one I should also have done in March. So, I mean, as disappointed as I am that I don't have any products to show you guys finished this month, next month should be a good one because there are so many products that are so close to being done. And now we're down to the last 2 products. One I've already mentioned slightly. It's on my lips right now, and it's my Colourpop lip tint in Zboyz. I think I rolled this in last month. So this is all I have left in Zboyz. Not very much at all. I ended up using it 5 times. I can't count. I ended up using this 4 times. One of those times is today. I'm wearing it on my lips. It weighed 17.12 grams last month, and now it weighs this. And ultimately, I don't think this will be a hard product to finish. Honestly, if I keep using this for the rest of the day, just putting a little bit on my lips, I could probably have a large chunk of this gone by the end of the day even. It's just a really, I'm putting more on. It's just such an easy wearable formula. It's really pretty. The main reason I put this into the project is because I don't know if you guys can see, mine's leaning a little bit because she's melting. There's not much product left. I do love this lip tint though. The Colourpop lip tints are really nice. I have this one and I have the Animal Crossing ones. I love them. I think formula wise they're some of my favorites just because they're so lightweight on the lips. Just I'll be sad when that one's gone. I'll probably end up repurchasing that one at some point because I like the tone of this one a lot. But yeah, 4 times for that one. I think if I use it 10 times next month, it will probably be very close to gone. And then last product was another one that I rolled in last month, and it was from my Persona Identity palette, which you guys know was my Pan That palette for last year. I ended up rolling in this shade at the top called Gold Digger. And my goal is still to finish it completely, but I did end up hitting pan on this guy after 1 use. Which makes me very upset for my Pan That palette last year, which means I was so close, you guys. I was so close to having another pan in that last year, but it's fine. So like I said, I ended up using this twice. I do have pan in here now, and I'm really hoping I can end up finishing this. I think this will be a good shade for me to use during the summer, and I'll get a lot of use out of it. I'm also going to try and do using eyeshadow as nail polish technique. I'm gonna try and use it in a lot of fun ways over the summer, especially to try and get more use out of my eyeshadows that way as well. I think that will be a fun one because I don't have any gold nail polishes. I don't think I have like a bronzy one, but not a gold. So that one might be fun to play around with in that way as well to get more use out of it. Hitting pan on it after only 2 uses, not bad, you guys, not bad. So I think I can make a lot of progress with that one next month. At least expand the pan, obviously. So I feel good. I'm happy about that. I'm very happy that I hit pan on that because it felt very easy. As for the month, as for the wrap up, I do not have any products that I have finished this month. There are no new roll-ins, but I think this has set us up that next month we should have at least 2, if not more than that. I think guaranteed I have 2 products that I can have rolled out next month, so very exciting. I hope you guys still enjoyed this update regardless of the fact that I don't have anything new to roll in, but steady progress steady progress nonetheless, you know? Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, definitely make sure to hit that like button before you go. Also, if you haven't yet and you enjoy videos like this, definitely hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, because I do upload on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday typically. I do a lot of project panning content, so if this is something that's interesting to you, definitely hit that button. And remember, there is always magic to be found, and I hope that means I see all of you in my next video. Bye!
Alright, ooh baby, just hold tight. We're up the moonlight, believe in the magic. On side, we'll make it feel just right. Just look at that